special edition of Debt Kicking Sunday.
Well, that makes it sound like it's a one-time thing.
Is your phone still on? Like, did you put on the night mode?
It is.
Mine doesn't vibrate when it's set on night.
Mine's off vibrate and it's on very quiet. It didn't vibrate.
He has the loudest phone in this world, you guys. I edit these videos. I'm like, your phone is like doing 4 things.
All right.
Welcome back to Debt Kicking Sunday. We have exciting stuff, right?
We do.
I'm going to need a cup of coffee because we are going to be here for so long, right? It's like GMA, Good Morning America, but Dead is Dumb style. I don't know this. We are excited though because with our new Mac, our new computer that we've told you guys about since the last time we did a video, a Debt Kicking Sunday video, which was 2 weeks ago because we went on vacation. We said we have to buy a new computer. And we prayed about it the whole week of vacation and felt good about spending some money. And we did, and we love it. And it has allowed us, my IT guy has stepped it up a lot. And he worked with YouTube and got us to extend our videos, which means...
Well, to extend our videos, but also to... the old one, the processor was just so burned up that it couldn't process anything over like 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes was pushing it.
And that was all day of trying to get it to export.
But now we've done like 20, 22-minute videos, and we're talking like 15 minutes and they're uploading.
Oh, a couple hours.
Well, that's for all your editing and all that, but I mean, just you know.
But anyway, so we're happy. That was awkward.
Anyway, we're doing longer videos now. Much longer videos, and they upload much easier. So we're going to try to get through all the questions today, not just cut off at the whatever we think our laptop will upload part.
I wish you guys could see the million distractions we have right now. How many times we've started the camera.
Alrighty then.
We're gonna go with this, and so happy Debt Kicking Sunday. We don't feel like we have to be so rushed now that we have a longer time frame. So I don't know. He said up until 2 hours. You said YouTube will let us.
It'll let us do up to 11 hours now of video at one time.
Can you imagine 11 hours of us just talking?
Like a 3-hour movie of Debt Kicking Sunday. Wouldn't that be cool?
So thank you for sending us your questions. We are going to get started. And also leave your questions and your victory stories down below so that we can share them during these videos. Okay, hi guys. I love the basic principles you discussed. My hubby and I are debt-free except the mortgage, and that is definitely liberating. Though we hadn't heard of Dave Ramsey until recently, we pretty much followed what he teaches to get to where we are today. Step 5.
Nice.
Baby step number 5. While I understand the premise of living a cash-only life, there are reasons why having good credit is needed. Many job opportunities could be forfeited if a person does not show good credit. I have personally seen qualified individuals that I want to hire be rejected by our HR division due to low or no credit scores. Also, renting opportunities are also far more limited and can result in higher rent. What are your thoughts on this? Thoughts on rent? We know people that are in apartments. I mean, I agree with most of what you said. But the renting, if you have a really nice savings account, they will let you pay.
If you have a nice savings account and your utilities are current and up to date and all your other, your cell phone bills and stuff like that they can look into, you should be in good shape. Yeah, you don't need credit to live.
No.
I mean, people say that, and I hope I'm not irritating you, but you don't.
No.
That's just one of those myths that the public has put in your psyche.
They want you to believe. That's another reason to have a credit card and go into debt, and it's wrong.
But I agree with you on the credit score, maybe on some jobs. I mean, if you're working for a bank or something like that.
I didn't even think about the jobs. I mean, that was just living, just paying for an apartment. But I didn't even think. I'm like, do they eat? I have been out of the workforce for so long that they don't check my credit ever for a job.
Well, like I said, I can understand for particular jobs, like if you were a money transferring company or you work for a bank or something like that and you had bad credit due to gambling problems or something like that. I can understand them flagging that and saying you're probably not a good fit here. But if you're pumping gas or something and they see your credit score is not good enough, so we're not going to hire you here to pump gas, you probably don't need to work for them anyway.
I don't understand. Oh, that just got me all fired up. Those are our thoughts. If they run your credit and it's not like a credit, where it's a job, like you were saying, where you have to have a reliable, like an armored car, like they probably want to know that you're trustworthy and that your credit score is up. Mm-hmm. But if it's not a job like that, go to someplace else. It's not going to run your credit. I don't understand that. So you can run an apartment, and I would look for a job that doesn't run your credit. Because if that is, you have so many wonderful things to be offering an employer, and your credit should not matter. You talk about cash flowing college. I got my associates while living at home and getting grants, and I worked on the side, but now I'm married with a baby on the way. I can make a little money making stuff and selling it, but it's not much. My husband currently makes $10.30 an hour. It barely pays the bills. I mean, food, shelter, and a used car, not lattes and cable. He talks about going back to school, but he doesn't have time in the day working full-time, but we couldn't live on him only working part-time, even if school is paid for with grants. How do you cash flow college while working part-time if part-time does not pay the bills? You're in, probably a lot of people are in your situation right now. Well, your advantage is you don't have school loans. A lot of people do have school loans.
But why was the part-time? Why couldn't it be a full-time?
He's, probably because that's the job he found. Is your hubby working part or full-time? But still, $10.30 here is minimum wage. Mm-hmm. I mean, that for a family of three, soon to be three.
I would say get another part-time job or get full-time job.
Or find something. What is he passionate about? We were just talking about this the other day in a video, John Acuff's book called Quitter, and we're taking the legacy journey. And he proposed this question or this predicament. What brings you joy? What makes you happy? Things that come easy to you. Do not go trying to find yourself in a career or a job and rack up a lot of debt. In the meantime,
pick something you're already passionate about.
Pick something you're passionate about. What is your husband good at? He has gifts. He has things inside of him that's how God made him, how he was wired, and those are the things he needs to go after. And obviously, maybe it doesn't require a college degree. Maybe he can make more money doing something he loves that isn't. I know lots of people like that. Maybe he can train. Maybe he can be trained. Maybe he can work out. If it is college that he needs for something he's passionate about, maybe after baby comes, you go back to work to send him through school. So. And then we did that. We didn't have a baby, but we sacrificed. And I worked full-time and he worked full-time so we could get my college was paid for.
I had student loans, but we cash flowed hers.
Yeah.
Through us working.
Yes.
Cool.
But we both needed to work for him to go to school. And I knew mentally that if he got through school, that I could focus on me a little bit more because he would be the breadwinner. So just go back to school and cash flow it. Community college, what does Dave say?
A part-time job should be able to cover community college.
And granted, that's
like
for like a college kid.
Yeah, 20, 25 hours a week, something like that.
So maybe you both need part-time jobs till your hubby, or full-time minimum wage jobs until your hubby can get his degree. Colored envelopes would make things easier. Try it. They would. Do you know where you get those? I've never even seen colored envelopes.
Unless they're like the dollar store plastic ones, like the reusable ones maybe, that come in pastel
I like
colors.
Pretty things. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know where you get your colored envelopes. Anything to make budgeting and being organized prettier and more funner. Jennifer, you and your husband really do a great ministry for a lot of folks, including me, for financial issues. I enjoy each one. We enjoy this stuff,
we enjoy
guys. It brings us so much joy, you have no idea. To hear your stories and your comments, I'm going to start crying. And
the more we do it, the more we enjoy it, and, yeah.
So thank you. Because without you, we wouldn't have this platform to be able to. Hey guys, I love the videos that have inspired me to get my finances in order. I am 24 and currently in school to become a nurse and took a semester off so I can save my money when I complete my 450 hours of co-op, or COOP. I think it's co-op, which I don't get paid for. The only debt I have is my student loan. How do you stay disciplined not to spend your savings? The job I have has irregular hours, so I never know how much I'm going to make in a month. I have a budget, but there is always something that happens when my budget isn't balanced, and I need to dip into my savings for that semester. I need some advice and tough love. I love it when you guys say,
tough love,
give it
baby.
to me, let it go.
Here it comes.
We say this because we love you.
Well, irregular months, I would assume that there is a minimum on your irregular months that you have. Like, it's 40 hours, 80 hours, 100 hours. I don't know if it's a month or a week or whatever. But I'm sure there's a minimum on your irregular hour months, and that's what you need to base your budget on. And then anything above that helps the next steps that you're on. It either helps you through the rest of the month, it helps fund baby step 1, helps fund baby step 2. But make your budget on your minimum, on your irregular hours. That way you don't touch your savings.
Yes. And at the bottom of every, or down in the description below on every Debt Kicking Sunday video, I post the link to Dave's free budget forms, because we have not created budget forms for you guys to use, but Dave has fantastic ones, and they're free.
Check them out,
you can use them every month. You can print them off, or you can adjust them. I don't know, maybe you have to print them off to use them. I don't think you can adjust them without.
Yeah, they're not like PDFs. You have to fill. You have to print them out.
If you have a Total Money Makeover subscription, I think you can fill them out on the computer. But anyway, print them out, do it, and there is an irregular budget form on there. So no excuses, and stay out of your savings. Okay, there's a big difference we need to explain between doing a budget and kind of willy-nilly doing a budget. Okay.
Budget is money on paper before the payday or for the month starts, and giving everything a purpose.
And every dollar has a name.
So basically, before payday, you need to be broke. If you understand, it means you need to write everything down. So if you make $1,000 a month,
well, you're not broke.
Well, I know, but if you make $1,000 a month on paper, you need to spend $1,000 before that next month comes around. So like September 25th, 28th, whatever, you need to sit down and do a budget for your $1,000 for October. Then when October's money comes in, you know what's getting paid, how much is going to savings, how much you've got left, how much is in groceries, down to like zero.
That's doing a budget.
That's a budget.
And that's a lot of work. And so it's not just like knowing what I should be budgeting for, what my budget should look like, or what I should be doing with my money. It's actually having it on paper. Okay? Because then things like that, you won't be pulling from your savings. Sorry, I had to throw that in there, because budget to a lot of people means several different things. So budget is actually having a budget, sitting down and being intentional. We're going to have a victory story, okay? Just wanted to share a budget story. My husband gets paid once a month, and I sat down this morning to recheck on the budget numbers. I do this all the time now that I pay attention to our money. Ha ha, whoop whoop. And to zero out this month, there will be $745 to put towards our debt snowball. Coming from a person who almost never ever made it to the next pay period, this, my friends, is what life on a budget can do for you. Thank you so much for being my cyber FPU coaches. You are helping me change our lives.
That right there is a fine example of when you do a budget, you get a raise. Because you realize how much you're spending and how much you don't need to spend. Like this lady, $745. That's huge.
It is huge. I can't even talk. I'll let you talk, and I'll just keep crying right here, because I'm so happy for you. That means you get it. Like you.
Disclaimer though, not everybody's going to have $745 if you do a budget. But this lady had $745 just sitting down and watching where her money was going, and being intentional and being on top of it.
And if it starts with opening a piece of mail to see what a balance is, and open a piece of mail, it has to start somewhere.
Yep.
So good job. I love that. I have a question. My husband and I are just getting started on the Dave Ramsey plan and plan to take FPU next month. Good job. We have 2 kids, ages 5 and 1. The question is, we are undecided if we want to have more kids or not. Therefore, I've been keeping everything, all clothes, baby gear, as well, and anything else baby related. While we do have the room to store it all, I know I could sell it all and make quite a bit of money to help jumpstart our emergency fund. But my fear is having to buy all of it again if we decided to have more kids. Is it worth hanging on to, especially knowing that we will be 2 years, it will be like 2 years before we have another if we decide to have another. Thanks so much. Love your channel. This is a funny question to us, because when we sold all of Gracie's baby items, we sold it at a garage sale, typically to moms who were having their 3rd babies, who said that they were done, who unloaded all of their stuff, and we were like, I'm so glad that's not going to be us. Okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Yeah. We had to buy it all over.
We had to get
it wasn't
everything
cheap
for Tennessee all over.
Well, a lot of it we went the cheaper route of, because by the time you have your 3rd, there's things you realize you need and you don't need, for one.
That's right.
We were able to buy experienced clothing and experienced toys, some. But My advice would be is if there is 1% in the back of your brain that's saying we might have more kids, if you have the room, save it. It will save you the money. I mean, it may not cost, I mean, it's going to cost something in a couple years
Right.
if you sell it all. It's going to cost something.
Yeah. Babies
Right now,
cost.
it might not cost anything if you can just store it.
Yeah.
But have a garage sale and sell everything else that you don't
I
need
would.
in the
I
house.
would. Yeah, exactly. Go through your house and sell the baby items that you were like, I didn't use that. I didn't need that. Then those can go. But the necessity items, save those. Thank you for the question. That was so realistic and right up our alley.
You notice this week that all the questions are like mini paragraphs. They're not just like a one sentence, hey, how do I do a budget?
The questions aren't simple anymore. Plus, we're growing, you guys, and we love it. Okay, so next question. Love you guys. Been watching you for 2 years. We are finally ready to kick this debt to the curb. I bought FPU online, got through a few videos. We are approximately $70,000 in debt, not including our mortgage. I remember that feeling.
Been there.
Hubby is the only one working. I have back problems, so I'm not working, but have recently became a substitute teacher for the school system, but no jobs as of yet. We are so behind on everything. I'm having trouble doing a budget when everything is due. I've sold everything I can sell except dogs, kids, and hubby. Laugh out loud. There was a time I wanted to sell you.
Yeah, and the kids.
highest
And the
bidder.
kids.
No, not the kids, just
Oh, just
you.
me.
We canceled cable and home phone. We switched cell phone companies for better cell service at our home. Don't know what else to do. I know we need $1,000 emergency fund, but haven't reached that point yet. We have 2 girls, one in first year high school and one in band, and one in 7th grade and in majorette classes. I can go on and on. Any advice? I have lots of advice for you.
Cut absolute
It's really
overhead.
well. It's really hard to see the baby steps when you can't even pay your bills. Like that is the worst, and it's extremely overwhelming, and you just want to cry, really. And so, okay, first thing I want to explain the 4 walls to you. Okay, there's something that everybody needs to remember that these are the top priorities. 4 walls are your food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. Okay, so you guys have to eat. Okay, you have to wear something. People might frown on you if you don't wear clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And minimal clothes, not crazy. Shelter, you got to live somewhere. Okay, you got to have a house or an apartment or some place to live. Food, shelter, clothing, transportation to get to a job.
Because you got to get to work.
Got to get to work to make money. Those are the 4 things. Those are the 4 walls. So keep that in mind when you're overwhelmed and you're like, I can't do this. You just do your best. Dave Ramsey explains it, that you make a list of the things you can pay, and those that fall below the line that you can't pay, they fall below the line. So if a creditor is calling and saying, I want my money, I'm sorry, creditor, Mr. Creditor, you fell below the line this month. I will pay this amount of money next month, and be honest with what you can pay. So take a deep breath, 1 step at a time. Try, to build your emergency fund a little bit every month. If it's $100, if it's $50 that you can put, that's better than nothing.
But you need to cut absolutely. It sounds like you're cutting everything you can, but I mean, reevaluate, go through everything again and be like, do we absolutely need this?
Yeah.
Is this a need or a want? And then also,
Your girls.
sell stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see anything on here, but I mean, if you can have a garage sale, have a garage
Don't
sale.
sell your girls, that's not what I mean.
No. But I mean, like
You won't like
we've
that.
said this before. I mean, back when we were going through this, we sold everything. If it wasn't bolted or screwed to the walls of our house, it was gone. It was sold.
People came over and felt sorry for us.
They did.
And we were like, no, this is liberating. It feels good. We're
But-
paying off debt.
That's just it. I mean, we had nice tables and chairs and couches and all that. That stuff went, and then the futons and the camp chairs. We had camp chairs in our living room for a period of time because they were cheap. We owned them, and we got $400 for our couch or whatever.
And that was such great memories. I'm so glad we did that. Okay, so another thing. You got to be real with yourself, you guys. You look at sit down, write down your debts, what you owe, do a budget. And there's a lot of things, there's not enough money coming in for a lot of things that you have to pay for. You've got to be real with yourself that, hey, I cannot afford these things. And you know what? Maybe it's the girls. Maybe your lights need to be on more than one needs to be in band or one needs to be in majorette classes. Even though they love them, and I totally get that, your lights being on is more important. And this is really tough love. But maybe things like that, they can either mow yards or babysit for somebody or create their own fund. Sit down, have a family meeting with them and explain, hey, this is our budget and we're going to try and we're going to change the way that our family lives forever to benefit you guys in your future. So classes like this, we need help with. Is there extra ways we can come together as a family and create the money and make the money instead of having to take it out of our monthly income? So lots of advice. I could keep talking to you forever.
But let me tell you one thing. When you're broke or you don't have the money and you're constantly scraping by, that can chew up 10 years of constantly getting by, barely getting by. But if you get serious, you dump everything, you sell everything, you say no, 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 that's only a short period. It's only like a 2-year period or a 1-year period or 30-month period, and then you open yourself up again to where you can say yes. That's what we did. It took us 4 years. We said no, we got serious, 4 years, dumped everything. But now we're on the other side of that. Now we can do things that we didn't do for many, many, many years. And we have no regrets. It's all paid in cash. There's no bringing vacations home. It's just when you get serious, it's only for a short period. Rather than stretching it out for a long time.
That's right, because it's amazing what you can do when you don't have car payments and credit card payments. When you dump those things, that frees up your budget to do so much more, to give, to dream again, to just enjoy life. So thank you for the question. Hi guys, I love watching your videos. I have a couple questions for you. Jennifer, I know you. My fiance and I are currently taking FPU and are getting a lot of information out of it. Good girl. We have our budget and our envelope stuffed.
Sweet.
Even better. We just went through week 4, dumping debt. Best lesson
It
ever.
is.
Other than the giving. The last one is my favorite. We told our FPU coordinator that we will have our baby step 1 done in October, but we are planning to hold off on doing our debt snowball due to us planning and paying for our wedding. He wasn't quite happy that we weren't starting our debt snowball. He thought that we should just pay our debt now and do the wedding later. If we do that, then it will be another 5 years before we would even be able to get married. We have been together for 7 years now. And you probably want to get married. What should we do? Do you think we should put a hold on our debt snowball and plan the wedding? Or start our debt snowball? I have heard Dave say to stop the snowball and do the wedding, but I am just so lost right now. Sorry for this being so long. I look to y'all for inspiration. Hugs and kisses. Okay, don't be apologizing. That's all. He likes one-liners, but no worries. We're not intimidated. Okay, so a couple things. I would probably not want to wait to get married. You guys, if you're 7 years, you want to get married, your finances should not be combined whatsoever right now. Everything should still be separate until you're married. So when you say you're working your debt snowball, nobody should be paying off anybody's debt snowball until you're 1. You should only be paying off your own debt snowball until you guys are married, share the same last name, then your debt snowballs get combined. So, when are you getting married too? You guys didn't say in your question when your wedding was. That determines, can you have a modest wedding?
Yeah, I was going to say, here's my thought since we're getting to the same point here.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to get married, the only way I would say to stop your debt snowball to get married is to have like the bare bones cheap wedding. If you guys are going for the, I want a $25,000, $30,000 wedding, I want it to be the biggest thing since sliced bread and just be all the bells and whistles and poos and boob unicorns and butterflies and all that stuff, then you need to get out of debt first. But if you can do it on like a really, really tight budget and then spend the next couple of years and get out of debt and then go on like this fantabulous $10,000 vacation because you got out of debt and everything, that's what you need to do.
You're on a roll and I'm over here. I just missed everything you said.
I got this.
Sorry, little sneeze right in the middle. Anyway, so does any of us make sense? Did we help you at all?
I hope so.
I still can't see. My eyes are watering. Yeah, there's a way that you could be saving for the wedding and working your debt snowball at the same time. Is that kind of more or less what you said? I'll get this when I edit this. I'll get it.
Kind of. I said if they could have a cheap wedding, and then have a really, really good vacation after they're out of debt as a celebration. Yeah. But if they want an over-the-top expensive wedding, they need to wait till they're out of debt.
Thank you for recapping the question.
I got you. I feel you.
I recently discovered your videos and I'm enjoying watching them. I can't tell you how many I've watched over the weekend.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Please
that.
share us, you guys, too. We love it when you share our videos with those. It's a compliment to us. And really, a lot of time goes into these. And And a lot of information we feel could benefit a lot of people. So please share our videos. She didn't say that. I just added that. I'm reading the Total Money Makeover and follow a couple of blogs as well as your blogs and those of Live Like No One Else, Joel and Anna, woot woot. But I am confused about what a sinking fund is. Is it something different to the envelopes or another type of envelope for bigger expenses like car registration or repairs? Thanks for your videos and sharing your knowledge to me in Australia. In Aussie. Uh-oh. Every time we get a question from Australia, you know what he has to say.
Yeah,
bring it. No,
it.
I think we should make that. Shouldn't we make that a thing?
What? Every
time someone says they're from Australia, it's like a
Trump on the Bobby! Trump on the Bobby! Trump on the Bobby!
I know.
Anyway, you are right with what you said. It's basically, it's an envelope that, you said it right, a different to
for
the
bigger
envelope,
expenses.
For bigger expenses like car registrations, repairs. Exactly. That's what, I mean, it can be anything you want it to be, but that's what we use it for.
Or any expenses you know are upcoming.
Upcoming, like, you have time to save for.
Like, for example, our kids' school picture. That's only $30, but we know it's coming. So
I put $5 away a month.
We save the whole school year for it. So, because we have spring and fall pictures. So yeah, anything that you know is upcoming and you want to save for. It can be little or big. Oh, I'm still stuck on that. That was funny. Where's the quote from your sofa wall? A movie or a book? You are my most favorite thing in the history of ever. That's the quote, and I love it. I have told the kids that since they were babies, and I found it on Etsy. So, lots of vinyl decal, good stuff on Etsy that you can find when it's in your budget. Let's see. I thought about making up freezer meals for the winter just to stock up. My kids are picky. Not sure if it would be worth it. I think you did this several videos back. Did your kids like them? If they didn't, did you tell them this is what's for dinner? So if you did that and they picked at their food and ate very little, I can so understand what you're explaining. Did you feel bad and worry about their health? Okay.
Luckily, our kids eat, what, 95% of what we make?
It may take them 4 hours, but
they'll eat it. I mean, there are a couple of things where they just like pick at it and they're like, that ain't going in there. But for the most part, most of it they eat.
Like, Grace does not like tomatoes. Zoe does not like cottage cheese. Things like that, we don't make them eat because we understand it's just something that they don't like. It's a textural thing. So we replace it with other
equally as good
food for them. But when they're just whining because it's not what they want, or chicken nuggets or macaroni and cheese, yeah, this is what's for dinner. When we sat down and got real, our food budget, we went out to eat all the time when we couldn't even pay our bills. And then we started doing, this is what we can afford. And it was beans and rice for a while, and the kids hated that, I'm not going to lie. But we don't do it in mind with what's good for them or what's going to please them, because they're always going to want the next thing. Like, you're never, to make a child happy,
chicken nuggets and mac and cheese every day.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And if you watch our dinner vlogs that go up on Friday, they're really good. Watch them if you don't. Our kids eat those meals. I get asked this question a lot. Do your kids eat the meals you cook and show?
They do.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Every single night. I am not a short order cook. That's my motto.
Yep.
I will not make each family member a separate dinner because that's what they want. That's all I would spend my time doing. Thank you for the reality check on the Christmas tree. Every now and then you need it, and none of my friends are helpful. Remember the Christmas tree question, you guys? I felt so sorry for this girl because I felt like we were jumping down your throat, but I'm so glad you wrote us back. Every now and then you need it. None of my friends are helpful. They think that since I have paid off $9,000 on my credit card, it means I have been saving money and can put more on my card.
No.
She shakes her head.
Yeah, you're in a good place.
Just wanted to say thank you. I knew you or any of the other faithful viewers would snap me back to reality. This is why I love what we do, you guys. You guys are awesome. You lift us up and hold us accountable, and we are so grateful for that. And so when you can help somebody else out in a loving and nurturing way, I see the comments that you write to other people.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Your words are so powerful. Use them to encourage and lift someone up. And you do that. And it makes my heart all warm and fuzzy. So anyway, this is why we started our YouTube channel, because we didn't have anybody that would be like, telling us no and hurting our feelings And so I searched YouTube, didn't find one, so we started.
We're not
YouTube.
Intentionally out to hurt your feelings. It's tough love.
It's tough
We're
love.
telling you our experiences and how we got through our experiences.
And it would have saved us a lot of heartache if someone had told us these things.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think we should probably wrap it up. We'll see.
We're like 30 minutes right now.
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes. So let us know. Do you guys like these longer deck kicking Sundays? If we didn't get to your question, because we still have some, leave them for next week and just say, hey, I'm leaving this again. I'm asking this again. But yeah, let us know what you think. Do you get tired of us? Like, is 30-ish minutes too long? And
it's change.
It's change.
It's change.
What do you think?
Change is good, people.
Yay, yay, yay. So have a wonderful week. Leave your new questions down below or old that we didn't get to. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Tomorrow. High fives.
I thought of like a good signing off.
Oh, I just ruined it?
Okay, I was like mid sign off.
Oh, okay, do it again. You cut that part out.
I forgot though, the other half. There's kids right here with wet hair. I wish you guys could see this. Okay, we need to go.
Later.